Welcome to Y&R Spoilers. Monday, December 14th, The Young and the Restless is here to stay, and we have some interesting revelations to end the week in style. While Alyssa didn't need to frame Billy, she definitely wanted to kill Adam. She might want revenge for her father's death, and she may have got access to Billy's gun. Victoria and Alyssa made a pretty friendly comeback a few months ago, and Alyssa probably already knew about the gun in her closet. She might even have broken in and stole it. But the real purpose might be to kill Adam and frame Billy. Victoria had nothing to do with her ex-husband, even though she was the mother of his 2 children, and she was certainly involved in everything Alyssa wrote. Maybe the 2 women wanted revenge. Alyssa was against Adam, and Victoria was against Billy, and Victoria hated Adam so much that she wanted to kill him. Depending on how things played out, this could be the most exciting moment on the show in a while, as Lily could be accused of spoofing a witness. But if they find the witness sees something else, or they're under pressure, or are working for someone, Victor Newman said, that could broaden the case against Billy. The outcome for the current Newman regime, depending on which direction they go in. With Victoria becoming increasingly volatile in her alliances, seeing Victor knock him out for the same actions would be a great punch that could make the show really interesting. To get things moving, it looks like Phyllis Summers will get the last laugh in an attempt, and we have a feeling it will involve Nick Newman and Victoria Newman. While Phyllis has recently won a few wins, this could be the one that will wipe out a month or 2 long TV series and give her a new twist. Victoria has enjoyed abusing Phyllis lately, and it seems she has pushed Nick too far. With Phyllis and Nick forming a reluctant team, this would be a huge wake-up call for Victoria, and could make she becomes deeper. This will give her something to think about, but CBS The Young and the Restless spoilers doubted it would be constructive for her, as she would feel right in her actions. While CBS The Young and the Restless spoilers love to watch from this angle, we suspect the show's moderator and writer will allow St. Victor to take down at this stage of the game. Thank you and see you again.
Back with Abby, she dated Lola on her honeymoon. Lola was thinking about her own tropical honeymoon with Kyle Abbott, though the miracle didn't last long in the marriage. Abby talks to Lola about going on after the divorce and what will happen to her in the end. The conversation turned to Billy, so Lola noted that Billy didn't seem worried before. Abby thought that was just Billy's way. She didn't want to believe that Billy was guilty, but she wasn't sure she could forgive him if he shot. I really hope the shooter doesn't have one of my 3 surname, admits Abby. Chance continued her conversation with Ray in Friday's Young and the Restless episode. Even though Chance really didn't want it to be Billy, he knew Ray had to go with the truth, and right now, they're all only Billy who opened the gun. Lily set out to Grand Phoenix with Billy. They didn't have a witness room number, so Lily snuck in the system to find it while Billy watched. When Lily got a room number, Billy offered to accompany her again. He was willing to risk bail to help, but Lily refused to let him. Chance and Abby appeared as Lily entered the elevator. Billy asked about his honeymoon and tried to make a small talk, but Abby couldn't turn the matter around. They couldn't pretend that Billy wasn't charged with shooting Chance. So you think I'm guilty now, too, Billy suggested. Abby wants what's best for Billy, and Chance adds that they're all doing the best they can. Billy guessed that he would only have to wait until he was acquitted to prove his innocence to everyone. He didn't think his family would consider him such an easy killer. When Nick was with him, he didn't think Victoria was going to lose or that she was cheating. Going to court is not the best strategy. Phyllis feels she's back to normal, but Nick says she has another option, it's just one she doesn't like. He figured it was time for Phyllis to swallow his pride and accept his financial aid. Phyllis grumbled about not wanting to take Nick's money, but this was his best way to keep the hotel. I don't want you to be upset about that, and I don't want you to be upset with me, Phyllis said. Nick feels this will empower them instead of proving to everyone that they'll come back too. Phyllis finally agreed to accept it, but she said it was just a loan and would be repaid every penny. At the back of the Victoria office, Phyllis offers Victoria 35% of market value for a complete and exclusive ownership of the Grand Phoenix. She says the best situation means it takes 5 or 6 years for Victoria to achieve that value. Phyllis has pushed Victoria to be an intelligent and well-working businesswoman. Victoria assumed Nick rolled around and let Nick give her the money, but she said it was her victory because of Nick's politeness. Phyllis could never have pulled it off without Nick's help. When Phyllis reconnected with Nick, she said she felt worse than before. Phyllis scowled about Nick saving her hotel while she was doing nothing. Nick argues that the entrepreneur comes from a variety of sources, so he wants Phyllis to win. Phyllis feels she has failed and she has to deal with it, so she wants to be alone for a while. At the society, Ray talked to Lola about her Christmas plans and what she would bring to the gathering at Sharon Newman's venue. Lola mentions his famous buttery biscuits, but Ray pretends that he's been lying to Lola all these years and really hates them. In the end, he reveals that he's messing with Lola, which is a brother's prerogative. Chance and Abby go to their old room where they packed their stuff. Abby will miss this place because they have a lot of memories there. That's where their relationship begins. Chance and Abby decided there was a way, so they undressed to make love and laugh. Chance Chancellor told Abby Newman Abbott Chancellor believed he had met Ray, Paul Williams and Michael Baldwin. Chance is being called as witness to the prosecution. They wanted me to help take Billy away, Abby said as he realized. Chance suggested that they want him to validate aspects of the timeline along with the fact that Adam Newman is the real target. Abby said they also want to use Chance to get illicit sympathy from the jury. Maybe, admits Chance. Phyllis has to figure out her next move, but Nick feels she shouldn't be in a hurry to do everything. Phyllis doesn't have any ideas, but Nick does, though Phyllis doesn't like it. She agrees to let Nick talk to Victoria, but she wants to go along and see what Victoria has to say to her. The chance to meet Ray as they solved the case, giving Billy the means, the motivation, and the opportunity. Ray couldn't get past the question of why Billy was after Adam now. This is not a new grudge against Billy, who recorded his triumph with the Adam event at Chancellor Communications. Billy should do a round to win, not try to kill him, Ray insisted. He doesn't know if Billy's innocence is a real possibility, but he does know that Billy could go to serious prison based on current evidence. Coming back to Lily, she made several phone calls and only learned that the Grand Phoenix had reserved a reservation under the name, Celeste Rosales. Lily wanted Billy to know she could count on her, which is why this next action had to be done by herself. Contact with witnesses was forbidden and could put Billy in jail. Lily was mentally prepared to deal with this mysterious witnesses case and planned to act as if she had her own source from Chance.com. Lily would frame it like a story and insist she could keep the witnesses' name private. Billy knew Lily wanted to do it herself, but he refused to let her go without assistance. Abby found Lola in the guild kitchen, so Lola commented on the brilliance of her honeymoon. After Abby talked about how wonderful the wedding was, she told Lola how happy she was. Ray talked to Chance about how Billy had been pretty dark a few months ago. I think it would make more sense for Billy to seek revenge. Billy blamed Adam for an arrangement, but Ray and Chance didn't buy it. As for Victor Newman, Ray and Chance didn't think he would hire someone to shoot their son either. They are wondering who is left. In Victoria's office, Phyllis burst in and complained of ridiculous accusations of negligence. Victoria has a lot of scandals after the scandal on Phyllis. What about a night full of anesthetic drinks, an armed hostage arrest in the lobby, and the guests you lost while your kid with Abby was going on? Victoria said. Victoria is also working on the film and thinks it is a long paper trail of incompetence. The negligence clause is in effect again, so it is not a problem for Victoria to not participate at the time. Victoria already has a deposit in Phyllis' account, so she has a week to clear the premises. Nick wondered what they could do to prevent this, but Victoria decided they couldn't. It has been decided. What about I decided to jump over that table and strangle you to death? Phyllis snaps. Victoria wanted Phyllis so she could add assault to Phyllis' list of unwise actions. In the end, Phyllis walked away in anger. Nick suggested he wouldn't make the mistake of thinking that Victoria would be kind again. At the club afterward, Phyllis knew about Victoria and all the things she wanted to do with her. She wondered if Victoria could add, crime though, to her complaint list. Phyllis was worried about losing her hotel and wanted to go to war, though she wondered if she was too late. Victoria Newman caught up with Nina Webster and caught up with her. Nina gets updates on Victoria owning the hotel, and it's no surprise that Victoria has always been such a lover, her father's daughter. Victoria thinks that Nina molded her into the woman she is today. Once, Victoria confided in question about her marriage to Ryan McNeil, but then she discovered that Nina was sleeping with Ryan. In Phyllis Summers' room, she ended a hateful call and then warned Nick Newman that Victoria was playing dirty. Phyllis wants to make sure Nick stays calm when she gets back on the street. She feels she has to show Victoria how cruel she can be. There is a clause in Victoria's contract that she uses to force buyout. Victoria argues out of negligence, which Phyllis calls insanity. Nick assured Phyllis that he would not be on his sister's side and on Phyllis' side. Young and the Restless spoilers say Alyssa Montalvo will be waiting on the other side for the next week, so stay tuned. Y&R channel will have revelations, updates and other news for Young and the Restless for you, so stay tuned for more details on Y&R.